Guys, look at all of this mold. Could you imagine having that in your house? You would not want that. Now, did you know that the environment, though, here in Florida actually makes it a little bit easier to grow mold because we're generally so warm and so moist? And this time of year, yeah, we're getting some cooler, drier air to move in. But generally, 6-8 months out of the year, we're very warm and we're very muggy. And it's that moisture, obviously, that helps us grow lots of mold. And think about it. I mean, we're surrounded on 3 sides by water, the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the Atlantic. That moisture slows down the evaporation process as well, and so it lingers and it can grow mold, lots of mold. Now, our anchor Allison Croft has been digging into this to let you know what you can do if you find mold in your house.
It seems like every week here at 10 News we get a phone call or an email asking for help with mold, like Carrie.
I called the city, I called housing authority, I called the city council, I called you guys. I tried calling everybody that I could to try and get some help.
Carrie called everyone she could think of, and we did too, and we were surprised to learn there's no one looking out for you when it comes to mold.
We don't ever get sick. Me and my daughter never get sick.
Carrie Sousa moved into an apartment in St. Pete with her teenage daughter, and after the first night in their new place,
Me and my daughter woke up. I felt like somebody hit me in my throat, and my daughter was coughing constantly.
she noticed a musty smell, so she decided to hire a mold expert to inspect her apartment.
On the AC was just covered. You couldn't see the coils.
Within a week of moving in, Carrie and her daughter were moving out. She says the apartment management allowed her to move out, but gave her a bill of more than $2,700, a bill she says she's not going to pay.
Moving 2 times in 1 week was pretty rough.
Carrie says she started making some calls to notify someone of the mold report she had done and to make sure the next tenant wouldn't face the same issue.
I was speechless that there's nobody, even the health department I called, and nobody does anything about something that can kill you.
So we went to the health department.
Do you get a lot of phone calls about mold?
Yes, we do.
Greg Rotler is the environmental supervisor at the Florida Department of Health in Hillsborough County.
There are no health-based standards for mold. People have different sensitivities to mold, so it'd be very difficult to legislate in such a matter.
Because people react to mold differently.
Mold can be a health hazard, yes. People typically will receive allergic symptoms, stuffy nose, itchy eyes. If somebody is asthmatic, it might possibly trigger an asthma attack.
So what can you do? Carrie moving out was the quickest fix for her and her daughter.
I couldn't stay there. And when I was moving all my stuff again, I wore a mask.
So now if you think you have a mold issue, we've made it really easy for you to check.